What is going on, everybody? I am here for the final battle of Donkey Kong Country 3, and perhaps also the ending as well while I'm at it. So let's get to it, shall we? This is Castle Chaos, the home of King K.Rool, and that is more K's than you'll see anywhere outside of a rally this week. So let's just move on quickly. Chaos here is the robot from that other world that I already beat. So I already defeated this guy, but for some reason he's back. And this time, you win by throwing barrels at him. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw this barrel at his head. There we go. Now, it took me a while to get around to finishing this series because, quite frankly, final battle of this game is a pain in the ass. Also, I want to cover the Lost World, which is an even bigger pain in the ass. I won't be doing that in this episode, but tune in for the next episode, which will be the Lost World in all of its 5-stage glory. 5 stages and a boss. Matter of fact, it's pretty much just a repeat of the final boss, if you will. Except without this part of the final boss. You only have to do this part once, and then Chaos is defeated forever. It's kind of weird because most bosses in this game, they have a bunch of stages, and if you lose at one stage, you gotta fight all the stages again. Not this one. This one, you actually skip the first stage if you die on the second stage, which is very nice. And this is the second stage, which is King K.Rool, who is no longer a king. Now he's a mad scientist, and he's also married. That's right, he is now married. I don't know what to say. I don't know who married him. I hope she realized her mistake. Or his mistake. It's 2017. Yeah, there's a meddling kids joke. Kiddy Kong's just kind of sitting there looking dumb while this guy goes off on his rant. If he were smart, he'd pick up that DK barrel and just like throw it right in King K.Rool's face right now. But oh well. Remember in the original Donkey Kong Country when King K.Rool was actually kind of cool? He was like, oh geez, that was ridiculous. He was like an actual king with armor and everything. And now he's just like this weirdo in a laboratory. He's definitely lost a step, that's all I'll say. Okay. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to win the battle this time. So what you do is you grab onto these weird lever things and you use them to pull barrels down, and then you pick the barrels up and throw them at the back of this dude, and then he bounces around like a helium balloon for a while. Keep in mind that I've fought this guy about 10, 11, 12 times now, something like that. So I've got a pretty good handle on what I need to do at this point. So I think I can probably win. Pretty confident that this will be it. He's really not difficult at all. He's just like the rest of this game. He's just very gimmicky. So once you figure out the gimmicks, like figure out what to do and when to do it, figure out the proper order of operations, then you've pretty much got the battle solved. Like this part in particular is really easy. It would be a lot harder if he went all the way over to the left and right, but he does not. Problem is, you do have to switch sides to get more barrels to fall down. So here we go. Boom! Got him. And what you want is for him to fall onto the electrical current that causes him to take damage. Now, this part's a little different because he changes things up. Like I said, though, it's just a matter of kind of learning the battle, learning what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it. That's all there really is to it. So yeah, at this point, you're just kind of waiting. Just be patient. Just wait for the right moment to strike, which is actually not this moment, but what you do here is you duck down and he flies right over you. And you can just stay like this, like forever. So say you're just like enjoying listening to the music or whatever. You just want to keep listening to that music that's playing. Just duck down and just let it play. Yeah. I was about to say this isn't a hard fight, and then that happened. So it looks like the useless Kiddy Kong is going to have to hold it down for the last hit here. Can he get the last hit without causing me to lose? That is the question. Did I get him? No, he's still going. Holy shit. Wait, what's going on? Oh shit. Whoa, that was a trick right there. This is the first time I've gotten him this low before on his health meter, which for some reason doesn't exist even though it should. So, okay. Here we go. Just gonna have to really be very careful, very patient, and just kind of make it happen. Remember, patience. Patience is the key. Oh man. Yeah, this is not easy. I mean, at least you're fully in control of the situation. You know what I mean? I mean, for the most part, because you're safe as long as you stay on the platforms. He is still going. Wow. Okay. So I guess one more hit might do it. See, the dangerous part is when you have to crisscross. Crisscross, makers of the hit song Jump. Jump around. Jump up, and get down. Wait. That's not the crisscross line. That's Jump by House of Pain. What am I thinking about here? Didn't Crisscross also have a song called Jump? Yeah, it was all like, jump, jump. The Mac Dad will make you jump, jump. I'm extremely white, by the way. Okay, here we go. Get over to the other side. How is this guy still not dead? That's my question. Like, how many times have I hit him now? Like, 9? Holy shit, that was really fucking close. Excuse my Frankai, but that was, wow. Hold on. You actually are given ample time to grab the barrel. That's gotta be it. Okay, yes, he's done. Yes! Yeah, he's done. All right. So that does it for Donkey Kong Country 3. Thank you for joining me for these videos. And there's Diddy and Donkey. They've been rescued. You know what I say? I say bring our boys home. Donkey and Diddy. They are coming back to Kong Island. They are in good shape, except that they still don't have any pants. But you know what? I'm sure we can find some pants for them and do something about that before they get, you know, sued by somebody for indecent exposure. Wow, they're having a real conversation here. Look at this. I'm impressed. I don't know who's talking, so I can't do like a voice imitation here. Nope, not really, says Cranky. I don't know who's talking. What the shit? Okay, well, the gang's all there. Everybody's just kind of reunited, and I wish I could say this game was fun, but after playing it for the second time just now, hold on, I'm gonna pick up this microphone for a second here because I don't have to hold a controller. After playing Donkey Kong Country 3 for the second time ever, first time being in 2010, second time being in 2017, both times I played it over the summer, so I will permanently associate this game with sweat. Either way, though, I really came into this with an open mind. Like, I'm gonna give this game a fair shot. I'm gonna probably like it more than I did last time. Gotta say, I really didn't. As far as Donkey Kong Country games go, this is definitely the low end of the totem pole. You got the first game, which is fantastic, lots of fun. Great logical extension to the Mario series. It's got some issues like the very sporadic save points. The fact that you have to farm extra lives before you go into a new world because you can't go backward. That's kind of weird. So there's definitely things that Donkey Kong Country 1 could have done a little better. But it's still a great game. And then you got Donkey Kong Country 2, which improves on everything that the first one does. It is a little bit difficult, though. There are some stages that are like a little bit too hard, I think, that are just, you know, not that fun. But for the most part, DKC2 really kind of nails it. It's one of the best platformers on the Super NES. And then you've got this game. This game is a gimmick fest, and it feels like it was designed by a B team. Probably because it was designed by a B team, from what I've heard. It wasn't designed by the same team that did the first two games. It was designed by some other team. So it's like Mega Man X6 or Dark Souls 2. You know, it's the follow-up to some really good games that was created by a backup studio, if you will. And honestly, that's usually a bad thing, I've discovered. However, after this, you've got Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii, which is fantastic. It absolutely returns the series to its original form of just being lots of fun, really colorful, great music, fun platforming, action, really good time. And then lastly, you've got Tropical Freeze for the Wii U, the fifth DKC game. I'm not going to count the N64 game as part of the DKC series because it's 3D and it's completely different. I've never played it, but you know, it is what it is. So you've got DKC 5, Tropical Freeze for the Wii U. That's a game that was hard for me to get into because the controls are very stiff for some reason, unlike the rest of the series. But once I got into it, I had a lot of fun with it. It was definitely a blast to play Tropical Freeze, and I can safely say I recommend that one as well. So out of the 5 DKC games, I recommend all of them except this one. This one is simply a gimmick fest. It's a slog to get through. It's not exactly fun. But hey, I did it. I did it for your amusement, and I hope that it was a fun watch. Now I'm going to go play something that's actually enjoyable. Actually, wait, no. That's wrong. Very soon, I will go and play something that's enjoyable. But right now, I have one more thing to do in this infernal game. And I am, of course, talking about Krematoa, the Lost World. 5 levels of abject pain and misery. That is the Lost World. The good news is that the hardest level in the Lost World is probably the first one. Although the 5th one I've heard is equally nasty. And then you've got 3 in the middle that are like more difficult than the average level, but shouldn't be too hard for me to get through. So yeah, once I can get past that horrible first level, I think I'll be able to kind of power through the rest of Krematoa. So yeah, tune in for the 13th and final episode of DKC3 as I play Krematoa. And that episode will be coming along very, very soon. I'm uploading this episode tonight, the 23rd, Wednesday. And I will be uploading the Krematoa episode probably tomorrow, the 24th. Probably in the morning. So you're going to have a very short wait for it if you happen to be following this series. It's going to probably be up by the time you are listening to this. And after that, you know, it's onward to some fun stuff. I finished the Super Metroid, I finished uploading the Super Metroid speedrun. So next I'm going to upload the rest of Mega Man 8. Really fun game. And then I'm going to move on to, well, there's Mega Man 9 and 10, obviously. But I'm also going to be doing Secret of Evermore. I'm going to be doing the hard mode balance patch version of Secret of Evermore. Secret of Evermore. It's hard to say that really fast. And that should be really fun. So I'm looking forward to that. It's something to do, I suppose. There's Ellie the Elephant. You know what? Ellie the Elephant, I started out despising Ellie the Elephant. But by the 3rd elephant level, it suddenly became fun to play as because the designers actually gave the elephant some cool powers, some cool capabilities. So yeah, on the 3rd elephant level, I was like, hey, this isn't so bad. I'm actually having fun right now. But man, those first 2 elephant levels were brutal. And when it comes down to it, the first level of Krematoa, which is incredibly obnoxious, is also an elephant level. So even though there were a few elephant levels that I did enjoy, I would say at the end of the day, the ratio definitely comes out on the negative side as far as elephant levels go. Unfortunately. Here's Brash and Blunder, these obnoxious bears. I feel like they never had anything nice to say to me, and quite frankly, they can GFT, if you will. So yeah, Donkey Kong Country 3. Once again, thank you for joining me. And I guess from here I'll just kind of let the ending play out. And join me tomorrow when I will be covering Krematoa. Good times. Whoa, Boomer. For a second I misread that as Booker, as in Booker T, the wrestler. One of my favorite wrestlers, by the way. I don't really like him on commentary, which I feel like he's been on commentary for a few years now, so a lot of newer fans might only know him for his commentary. But let me tell you, once upon a time, he was an actual wrestler, and he was a very cool dude. He was just a lot of fun to watch. Very agile, very charismatic, excellent good guy. As far as wrestling goes, you've got the good guys, you've got the bad guys. He was one of the best at being a good guy. He just exuded this personality that was like you wanted to cheer for him. Like he's always going to stand for, doing the right thing and so forth, which is pretty cool. He's also one of the very few wrestlers that maintained his alignment for basically his whole career. Never really turned heel. I guess there were times early in his career where he was kind of a heel as a tag team, but as a member of a tag team. But even then, I mean, he was never like an all-out heel, if you will. He was mostly a good guy, mostly. So yeah, Dixie Kong, Kiddy Kong, and here we've got the all-time greats listing. I am number 5, clocking in at 5 hours and 48 minutes with 44% completion, which is not too shabby if you ask me. I'm actually really surprised that my completion rate is that high. I thought it was going to be like 20%. It's also worth noting that this is the longest Donkey Kong Country game. I essentially speed ran this game, got through as fast as I could, and it still took 5 hours and 48 minutes rather. It's worth noting that the first game I can beat in about 1 hour, hour and a half, and the second game takes me about 3 hours, 3.5, at a full tilt speed run. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys soon.